good to play somebody else, and it's good to get a win. I thought we did some good things out there today. Obviously, know we have a lot to work on. Have a lot of respect for that team. For Gannon, they have a lot of guys back. They were one of the top teams in the country in their division in field goal percentage defense. They really jam it up, try to jam it up inside. And I thought in the second half we got into a little bit of a better rhythm offensively. We had some moments where we played really well defensively, but we have to be able to sustain it. So again, a great test for us. Good to play against someone else. Not sure the status of Nike's injury yet. Hopefully we'll know a little bit more tomorrow. Certainly that's a blow for us, but depending on what happens, could be an opportunity for others to step up.
Do you know what happened?
He said that earlier he banged knees. He went knee to knee with someone, and he tried to play through it. And then when he went on the under out of bounds to receive the pass, he came to a jump stop and his knee gave out.
Yeah, Jeff, when you were, later in the offseason looking to add guys and ended up picking up Mo, what did you see in him that you thought could really benefit this team, and how much of what we saw tonight kind of embodied what you thought he could contribute?
Well, I thought he was a really talented man. It's a young kid with him, but I thought he was a really talented guy. Obviously, the thing that stood out was defense, his ability to block shots, his ability to impact shots. He had this long athlete that, at times made these wild plays. And we thought with his length, his versatility, especially defensively, he would be able to, really help our team. And we thought pairing him beside John, would be something that could be really good for us. Because if you look at a lot of his block shots, they come from off the ball. Him coming over and helping and things like that. When we got him, we felt like once we started working with him, he was a little bit better offensively than we thought. And he's really put in a lot of work on that side of it. Learning how to slow down a little bit, being stronger, playing stronger, all of those things. And so he's a good player, and we need him to continue to get better for us.
Jeff, what do you see that William has to do to be more consistent on offense? Looked like he was figuring himself early, but then there were a couple possessions where he had some really good reps.
Yeah, I think Will's a talented young kid. He's a worker. He wants to be really good. He's gotten better. I think one of the biggest things is just becoming more consistent shooting the basketball. Made a big three for us that kind of ignited us there in the second half. But I think just shooting and good shots, understanding, and then being able to knock in shots.
With all the new faces, Jeff, how are these guys coming together as a team?
It's been good. As you get into playing, that's when you really find out. When you're not playing, everyone's together, but when you start playing and then playing time is divvied out and things like that, that's when you really find out. But it's been good. It's been a really good group to work with. I'm excited to come every day and to try to help us get better.
Kind of building on that, Jeff, how much, I guess we maybe saw it a little bit tonight, half to half. How much, with there being new guys on the team, how much of a feeling out process are you kind of anticipating? Obviously, understand that they've practiced and worked out a lot together, but.
Yeah, it's still, filling it out. I mean, practice is one thing, but when you get out and the lights are on and people are in the stands and you're playing against someone else that, maybe doesn't know all of your stuff, don't cheat the plays like they do in practice. You start to find out different things. For us, it was the first time that we had a lot of guys, this was their first time under the lights here. And so I think you saw some guys get better as the game went on and do some things as they were able to relax and calm down a little bit. I thought there were nerves, there was all of that, which is to be expected. That's why games like these are good for us. And again, we just have to keep building. This gives us 40 minutes of tape to look at, to go and evaluate, to show, collectively as a group, individually to, the guys that we work with. And now we have some stuff on film against other people where we can look and say, hey, look, this is what we're talking about. We have to get better. You got to improve in this area. Or this is what's open. Or here's the read here. Or defensively, you have to do it. for 30 seconds, not for 26. And so this was good for us. We'll learn from it. We'll get better, and we'll get back to work.
How has Femi progressed since the end of last season?
I think he's matured a lot. When he plays with energy, talking, animated, we are a lot better. He's a lot better, and we're a lot better. But I think he's shooting the basketball better. I think he has a better understanding of what we need from him. Defensively, I think he's better than he was. I just think he's better all around. He had a full summer to work out. He didn't have an accident like he had last year where he was out for a while, and so knock on wood, he's been able to be there every day for us and to really help us and to get better. But when he has energy, practice play, because his energy is infectious. He's a guy that everyone likes, and he's really funny, and he can be very charismatic. We need that from him all the time. I think he's starting to understand that now.
Jeff, how do you spark that energy?
There's some things we do in practice. There's some conversations that we have, a lot of tape, a lot of one-on-one meetings, individual meetings, sending him stuff, talking to him constantly. His teammates telling him, how much we need that, because it's very different. It's very, very different, when he's not that way. And we're not as good when he's not that way.
How much different is it now? I know I asked you this, after the first practice we got to see, but you're getting your hands on these guys a lot more than last year. You're getting a lot more face-to-face. There's not as much protocols. Are you seeing them react differently than you did last year to maybe something you notice, man, he did this a little bit different compared to a practice?
Yeah, I just see growth. That's probably the biggest thing. I don't know differently because I don't remember that much about this time last year. And I don't know if that's a conscious thing. It may be a conscious thing that I don't remember much about, this time last year was so screwed up. I do know that our guys have been eager to come and get better every day. They've worked every day. They've, for the most part, had good attitudes every day. And that's a big part of it. You have to do that every day. You have to be worthy of winning. And you have to show up every day with the mindset that we have to get better, and we have to work, and we have to be together. And they've done that so far.
Jeff, I think John's up to 280 now. How much is, as a developing young big, how much is he still kind of figuring out how effectively to use his body in games, and how much did, this was his first, I guess, pseudo game in about a year.
Yeah.
How much, I don't want to say rust, but how much is he still kind of trying to get back in the feel of things?
Well, it's a lot. It's a lot. And it is rust. It's he's 280 is too heavy. He's got to, we have to work on that with him. We have to help him and assist him with that. He's a talented player, and we need him to be a really good player for us. And he has the ability to be a really good player, and it's our job to help him do that.
How much can a guy like Mo help him get where he needs to be?
He can help us. That's the main thing. Our whole thing needs to be us. Like we need everyone worried about Pitt. They have to become Pitt basketball. I don't want them just playing for Pitt. They have to become Pitt. And so Mo can really help us. And if he helps us, then he's helping John, he's helping Femi, he's helping IT, he's helping everyone.
What do you feel about Ithiel, in his role today? I think he shot 2 of 7 from beyond the arc and made some big shots inside.
I thought he was terrific. I thought he was terrific. 3 assists, no turnovers, made some really good passes, some really good reads, didn't force anything. He's a talented guy, man, and he can shoot. And he took 7 threes. I've told him in front of the team, if he gets 15 threes in a game, I'm happy as long as they're good shots. Because I feel very confident that he's going to make more than he misses. And even though he's 2 for 7, I know that could be 5 for 7. That could be 6 for 7. That's the confidence that I have in him, as long as he's taking good shots. But I love the way that he played overall. I thought he made some terrific passes, some terrific reads. I thought he did a good job defensively. He's actually starting to like defense. And so he's really grown up, especially over the last 2-3 weeks.
Jeff, his confidence was an issue at times last year. Have you seen the growth in that perspective?
I have. With going through the ACC and having some big games last year, I think there's no question he knows now that he belongs at this level. He can play at this level. And we have a lot of confidence in him. I have a lot of confidence in him. And, you know, I think he's going to be a really good player for us.
He talked about his offseason transformation with us a few weeks ago. He kind of credited Jamarius Burton for that. How much has a guy like Jamarius meant to your team so far? I know he's out right now, but what are you looking forward to the most about him coming back?
Well, it's a big loss for us, you know, with him not being here. He's very important to us. He gives us a maturity and a leadership, to be quite frank, that we have not had since I've been here. There's some things that he did in the first month, you know, that I'm sitting there in a meeting that he called, and I'm watching this, and when we leave, I'm saying to my assistants, like, I'm not sure I've ever seen this, ever. Like, I'm not sure I've ever seen a kid do this. There's a seriousness about him, there's a maturity about him, and I think he's helped all of these guys. It's been an adjustment for them because they haven't been around anyone on the court that talks as much as he does. I don't care if it's a workout, pickup, them running, whatever it is, he's constantly talking. And I think it's rubbed off on everyone, and it's something that we really miss, and hopefully we're able to get him back soon.
When do you expect him?
I don't know. I'm still not sure yet. He's progressing really, really well. Hopefully he's able to start doing some individual workouts starting hopefully tomorrow, depending on what the doctor said tonight as they evaluated him. And then, you know, we'll see from there.
Even with him not able to play, though, how much do you still see those kind of qualities that you talked about earlier from him? He's obviously not on the court with them, but how much do you see that even just from the side?
You know, you see it some when he's there. Sometimes he hadn't been there because he's been rehabbing during that time. He's been getting his work in during that time. But when he's there, you still hear him. He's awesome in the huddles, which, you know, with whatever group that he's with. And so it's something that, you know, hopefully we get back soon and we get it every day. And also he's a good player, so that helps too, that he's a good player. And he's a ball handler and a decision maker and a guy that, you know, we feel like can help us in a lot of ways.
Will you play the point at all, or is it?
He'll play both.
Play
Yeah,
both?
he'll play both.
Anything else, guys? All right, thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank
Good
you.
seeing you, man.
Thank
Good seeing you in
you.
person.